We now turn our attention to Chapter 8 in our text, Assessment of Intelligence, Aptitude, Ability, and Achievement. Assessing ability, aptitude, and intelligence in counseling is an essential aspect of helping individuals understand these aspects about their intelligence, their aptitude, their abilities, in order to help them reach their full potential. These types of assessments provide valuable information that can help guide the counseling process and assist with appropriate interventions for our clients. In terms of ability, ability refers to a person's inherent skills and talents in specific areas. These might be problem solving, communication, creativity, just to name a few. Assessing ability involves using standardized tests and measures to evaluate a person's proficiency in various domains. Aptitude refers to a person's potential to develop specific skills or perhaps excel in a particular field. Assessing aptitude often involves exploring a person's interests, preferences, and values to identify areas where that person might thrive. Career assessments can help individuals identify potential career paths that then align with their aptitude and interests. Intelligence is a complex and multifaceted construct. It encompasses cognitive abilities, problem-solving skills, adaptability. Assessing intelligence involves using a combination of standardized tests, clinical interviews, and behavioral observations to gain a comprehensive understanding of a person's intellectual abilities. Intelligence assessments provide valuable insights into a person's cognitive strengths and or weaknesses. Within counseling, it's important to assess ability, aptitude, and intelligence depending upon the problems, issues, challenges, or the goals of the individual. These types of assessments can help clients make informed decisions about education, career, or personal goals. Assessing intelligence. Intelligence can impact cognitive functioning, problem-solving abilities, and overall mental well-being. One way to assess intelligence is through standardized intelligence tests. These tests, such as the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale or Stanford-Binet Intelligence Scale, measure different aspects of intelligence, including verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, working memory, and processing speed. Another method of assessing intelligence is through observation and interaction. In addition to standardized tests and observation, there are also self-report measures that can be used to assess intelligence. Clients may be asked to provide information about their educational background, their problem-solving skills, their experiences, and academic and work-related tasks and experience. This data can help better understand a client's cognitive abilities and provide tailored interventions. Intelligence testing is defined as the measurement of an individual's cognitive abilities. These types of assessments typically include a series of tasks and questions designed to evaluate various aspects of intelligence, perhaps problem solving, memory, reasoning, verbal comprehension. They then provide information and results that can be used to identify a person's intellectual strengths and weaknesses, as well as predict their potential for success in academic or professional settings. There are several theories of intelligence testing that guide the development and interpretation of these assessments. Human intelligence research dates back over a century. Notable contributions from Sir Francis Galton. We have Alfred Binet, and whose research created the Binet-Simon Intelligence Scale. We have IQ, and that concept was introduced by William Stern. We have Lewis Madison Terman's standardized Binet's test, and that led to the recognized Stanford Binet intelligence scales. Then we have in the 30s, David Wechsler addressed the limitations of these and created the Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, and also developed a scale for children, as well as preschool and primary scales of intelligence. Charles Edward Spearman introduced the concept of G, general intelligence, in 1904. Spearman's theory suggests the existence of a general intelligence factor that underlies all cognitive abilities. According to Spearman, this general factor, known as the G factor, influences an individual's overall cognitive performance across a wide range of tasks. The concept of the G factor emerged from Spearman's observation that individuals who performed well on one type of cognitive task tended to perform well on other types of tasks as well. Therefore, he hypothesized that there must be a common underlying factor that would account for this consistency. The G factor is thought to reflect an individual's overall cognitive ability and is believed to be relatively stable and heritable. It's not tied to any specific cognitive task or domain, but rather represents a general mental capacity. While the G factor is related to specific abilities, such as verbal reasoning or spatial intelligence, it is distinct from them in that it's believed to play a role in the overall cognitive functioning of an individual. Research on the G factor has shown that it is correlated with a wide range of cognitive abilities, such as memory, problem-solving, decision-making. While the concept of the G factor has been met with some criticism and controversy, it remains widely accepted and influential theory. Additionally, Spearman's two-factor theory stated that the intelligence comprises the G, which that G factor for overall mental ability, and then S, which is for the specific intellectual abilities. So the G factors, the largely hereditary, unaffected. The S factor is rather more distinctive, can change over time, and is influenced by learning. Modern IQ tests have been influenced by Spearman's theory. Louis Leon Thurston challenged Spearman's G factor with his multi-factor theory of intelligence. This occurred in the early 20th century. Thurston's multi-factor theory sought to explain human intelligence through the concept of multiple factors or abilities. The theory suggests that intelligence is not a single unitary trait, but rather a combination of various distinct abilities or factors. According to Thurston, there are 7 primary mental abilities that make up human intelligence: verbal comprehension, word fluency, number facility, spatial visualization, associative memory, perceptual speed, and reasoning. These abilities are seen as independent factors that contribute to an individual's overall intelligence. Thurston's theory challenges the notion of intelligence as that single general trait measured by IQ tests. Instead, he argues that intelligence is this multifaceted construct, and it cannot be fully captured by one single score. One of the key aspects of Thurston's multi-factor theory is the idea that individuals may excel in some mental abilities while performing poorly in others. This concept suggests that intelligence is not a fixed trait, but rather a combination of different strengths and weaknesses in various cognitive tasks. Thurston's theory has had a significant impact on the field of psychology and intelligence testing. It's influenced the development of new assessment tools that measure a wider range of mental abilities. There, of course, have been critics. Some researchers argue that the theory oversimplifies the complex nature of intelligence and fails to account for other important factors, such as creativity or emotional intelligence. Vernon's hierarchical model of intelligence, proposed by Raymond B. Cattell in the 1960s, is a theory that suggests that intelligence is composed of multiple specific abilities that can be organized into a hierarchical structure. These abilities are categorized into 2 main types: fluid intelligence and crystallized intelligence. Fluid intelligence refers to the ability to think and reason abstractly and to solve problems in novel situations. On the other hand, crystallized intelligence refers to the accumulation of knowledge and skills acquired through education and life experiences. According to Vernon's model, fluid and crystallized intelligence are separate but related components of overall intelligence. Fluid intelligence is seen as the foundation upon which crystallized intelligence is built. Individuals with high levels of fluid intelligence are believed to be better able to acquire, retain, and use knowledge effectively. Furthermore, Vernon's model also proposes that both fluid and crystallized intelligence are influenced by biological factors such as genetics and brain structure. The Cattle-Horn-Carroll (CHC) theory of cognitive ability is a widely accepted framework that seeks to explain the different components of human intelligence. The theory combines the work of three prominent psychologists, Raymond Cattell, John Horn, and John Carroll. According to the CHC theory, intelligence is not a single, unitary construct, but rather consists of several different factors or domains that work together to determine an individual's overall cognitive abilities. These domains include fluid intelligence, crystallized intelligence, visual spatial processing, auditory processing, processing speed, memory, and quantitative reasoning, among others. One of the key concepts is the distinction between fluid and crystallized intelligence. Fluid intelligence refers to the ability to think logically and to solve problems, while crystallized intelligence involves the use of previously acquired knowledge and skills. And that both of these types of intelligence are important for overall cognitive functioning. They interact with each other to determine individuals' level of intelligence. Another important aspect of the CHC theory is the idea of hierarchical structure. This theory posits that there are broad cognitive abilities that underlie more specific narrow abilities. The CHC theory has been widely used in the field of psychology and education to assess and understand human intelligence. It has been influential in the development of intelligence tests, such as the Woodcock-Johnson tests of cognitive abilities and the Wechsler intelligence scales. On this slide, you can see that there are 9 broad cognitive abilities categorically under the stratum 2. These are some of the ones that I referenced at the beginning of the domains on the previous slide. A 10th ability, decision reaction time speed, is considered part of the theory, but is not currently assessed by any major intellectual ability test. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, first introduced in 1983, revolutionized the traditional understanding of intelligence. According to Gardner, intelligence is not a singular fixed entity that can be measured by a simple IQ test, but rather a combination of various abilities that contribute to an individual's overall cognitive functioning. Gardner identified 8 distinct intelligences, each representing a different way in which people learn, understand, and interact with the world. The first intelligence identified by Gardner is the linguistic intelligence, which refers to an individual's ability to effectively use language, both verbally and in writing. People with linguistic intelligence are often skilled at reading, writing, and telling stories. Another intelligence outlined by Gardner is logical mathematical intelligence, which involves reasoning, problem solving, and understanding abstract concepts. Visual spatial intelligence is the third type. This pertains to the ability to perceive the world accurately and manipulate mental images. Musical intelligence involves sensitivity to pitch, rhythm, and melody. Interpersonal intelligence is the ability to understand and interact effectively with others. Intrapersonal intelligence is the sixth type, which involves self-awareness and understanding one's own thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence refers to the ability to use one's body effectively to solve problems and to create products. The final intelligence outlined by Gardner is naturalist intelligence, which involves a keen awareness and appreciation of the natural world. Here is the listing on this slide of the 8 intelligences that I just referenced. The Stanford-Binet Intelligence Scale is one of the most widely used measures of intelligence in the world. It was first developed by French psychologist Alfred Binet in the early 20th century, has since been revised and updated several times. The test is designed to measure a person's cognitive abilities, including memory, reasoning, comprehension, and problem solving. This test is typically administered to individuals aged 2 and older, and consists of a series of tasks that are designed to assess different aspects of intelligence. The results of the test are then used to calculate an individual's IQ, intelligence quotient, which is a numerical representation of their intelligence compared to others of the same age. One of the main advantages of the Stanford-Binet test is its reliability and validity. The test has been extensively researched and validated. This makes it a useful tool for psychologists, educators, and other professionals who need to assess a person's cognitive abilities. Another advantage of the Stanford-Binet test is its versatility. The test can be used to assess intelligence in a wide range of populations: children, adolescents, and adults. It can also be administered in multiple languages. There, of course, are limitations. Critics of the test argue that it may be biased against certain populations, such as individuals from low socioeconomic backgrounds or minority groups. They also point out that intelligence is complex and is a multifaceted construct, and that it cannot be fully captured by a single test. You can see some of the specifics about this test. Normally being administered within a time frame of 45 to 75 minutes, provides scores for the full scale intelligent quotient, nonverbal IQ, verbal IQ, and 5-factor indices. There you see the statistics specific to reliability, test-retest reliability, the interscore agreement. Scoring can be done manually or with a computer program. The Wechsler Adult Intelligence Scale, 4th edition, is a widely used cognitive assessment tool developed by David Wechsler in 1939. The 4th edition is designed to measure intellectual ability in adults aged 16 to 90 years old, and is used for a variety of purposes, including diagnosing learning disabilities, assessing cognitive deficits, and determining eligibility for special education services. There are 15 subtests that measure different aspects of intellectual functioning. Some of these include verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, working memory, and processing speed. The subtests are designed to evaluate a wide range of cognitive abilities, including language skills, problem solving, visual motor coordination, and memory capacity. Again, one of the key advantages of the WAIS-4 is its strong psychometric properties, which have been extensively researched and validated. The WAIS-4 provides clinicians and psychologists with a comprehensive profile of an individual's cognitive strengths and weaknesses. Additionally, it's used in research settings to study cognitive functioning and to investigate the relationship between cognitive abilities and various psychological and behavioral outcomes. You note that I referenced the subtests that cover 4 index scales: the VCI, Verbal Comprehension Index, the PRI, the Perceptual Reasoning Index, the WMI, the Working Memory Index, and the PSI, Processing Speed Index. The Woodcock-Johnson tests of cognitive abilities is a widely used assessment tool that provides a comprehensive measure of an individual's cognitive abilities. It was developed by Richard Woodcock and Mary E. Bonner Johnson. The WJ tests are designed to evaluate a range of cognitive skills, including intelligence, memory, attention, and reasoning. One of the key features of the tests is their ability to provide a detailed and precise assessment of an individual's strengths and weaknesses in various cognitive domains. The tests are comprised of separate subtests that measure specific cognitive abilities. The WJ tests also have strong psychometric properties, meaning they are reliable and valid. This makes the results of the test trustworthy and informative. Additionally, the WJ tests have been normed on a large and diverse sample of individuals, ensuring that the scores accurately reflect an individual's performance. The WJ tests can also be used to track development and monitor progress over time. The tests can be administered at different points in time, and then you're able to gain an insight into how an individual's cognitive skills are changing and evolving. We are in the 4th edition of the WJ. The latest edition was published in 2014. It aligns with the CHC theory. Again, it features 18 tests that are split into a standard battery and extended battery. Cultural and ethical considerations do play a crucial role in the administration of intelligence tests. Intelligence tests are designed to measure a person's cognitive abilities, problem-solving skills, memory, and reasoning. However, it is considered important to consider cultural and ethical factors to ensure the validity and fairness of the instruments. One of the primary cultural considerations in intelligence testing is the language and cultural background of the test taker. People from different cultural backgrounds may have different experiences, values, and ways of thinking that can certainly impact their performance on intelligence tests. It is important to use culturally sensitive test materials and to make and provide accommodations for test takers who may have limited proficiency in the test language. Another cultural consideration in intelligence testing is the impact of stereotypes and biases on test performance. Again, it's essential to ensure that intelligence tests are free from bias and that they do not perpetuate stereotypes or reinforce existing inequalities. Ethical considerations in intelligence testing include informed consent, confidentiality, and the use of the test results. Test takers should be fully informed about the purpose of the test, the procedures involved, and the potential risks and benefits. Confidentiality must be maintained to protect the test taker's privacy and ensure that their test results are not misused or disclosed without their consent. Additionally, the use of the intelligence test results should be ethical and responsible. Efforts have been made in recent decades to rework IQ tests in order to make account for and to correct cultural biases. Critics also note that IQ tests may not accurately gauge a person's intelligence, that could result in negative outcomes like reduced self-esteem and perhaps distort a person's perception of their own abilities. In emotional and social intelligence, which are not adequately measured by IQ tests, are extremely important, however, for success. Although IQ tests can identify certain cognitive strengths and deficits, they fail to encompass the full spectrum of a person's intellectual abilities. Achievement, readiness, and aptitude assessments are crucial tools in educational settings that are used to measure students' academic progress, preparedness for learning, and potential for success in certain areas. These assessments provide valuable insights into students' strengths and weaknesses, helping educators tailor their teaching approaches to meet individual needs and facilitate academic growth. Achievement assessments are used to evaluate students' mastery of specific subject areas or skills. These assessments typically involve standardized tests, quizzes, exams, and other forms of assessment that measure a student's knowledge and understanding of the material covered in the curriculum. By assessing students' achievement levels, educators can then identify areas where students excel and areas where they may need additional support. Readiness assessments are designed to gauge students' readiness to learn and succeed in specific grade levels or in academic programs. These assessments focus on identifying students' academic, social, emotional, and developmental readiness for the challenges they will face in their educational journey. Readiness assessments can help educators determine whether students are adequately prepared to move on to the next grade level, transition to a new school, or participate in a particular program. Aptitude tests are used to measure students' natural abilities, talents, and potential for success in different areas. They too can help educators identify students' strengths and interests, guide decision making, and can help students discover their passions, talents, and aspirations. You see that each one of these slides highlights a specific educational test or assessment. Well, I've mentioned assessment of readiness in that it ensures that students are adequately prepared for the challenges that they will face and the various forms they can take. One of the key benefits of readiness assessments is also that they help identify students who may need additional support or intervention in order to succeed in school. Readiness assessments help schools and districts identify trends and patterns in student performance. This can inform curriculum design, instructional practices, and resource allocation. Readiness assessments can help track student progress over time. Despite the many benefits of readiness assessments, it's important to acknowledge their limitations. The Bracken School Readiness Assessment 4th edition measures cognitive language skills as well as academic achievement. Another one, Access for ELS, assesses English proficiency from kindergarten to 12th grade. One common type of aptitude assessment used in educational settings is standardized testing. These tests measure a student's knowledge and skills in various subjects and are often used to evaluate students' academic performance and progress. Another type of aptitude assessment frequently used in educational settings is cognitive assessments. They evaluate students' cognitive abilities, such as problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and reasoning abilities. Other types of aptitude assessments include performance assessments, the Cognitive Abilities Tests, COG-AT, and Iowa assessments, formerly the Iowa Test of Basic Skills. These are ones that are used to screen students in elementary and middle school for accelerated or gifted programs. Scholastic Aptitude Test and American College Testing. The SAT, SAT, and ACT are standardized tests that are often required for college admissions in the United States. These tests are designed to assess a student's readiness for college and their ability to succeed in a higher education setting. While both tests serve a similar purpose, there are some key differences between the two. The SAT is a test that consists of 3 sections: reading, writing and language, and math. On the other hand, the ACT is a test that consists of 4 sections: English, math, reading, and science. When deciding which test to take, it's important for students to consider their strengths and weaknesses in different subject areas. Some students may find the SAT math section to be more challenging, while others may struggle with the science section of the ACT. Both the SAT and ACT are scored on a scale of 400 to 1600, with the optional essay section scored separately. Both exams are typically taken by students who are seeking admission to 2-year or 4-year colleges and universities. There is a test known as the Preliminary Scholastic Aptitude Test, PSAT, which is the precursor to the SAT, which is taken by students in the 9th or 10th grade, while the SAT is generally taken by those in the 11th or 12th grade. The Graduate Record Examination, commonly known as the GRE, is a standardized test that's required for admission to most graduate programs in the United States and other English-speaking countries. The test is designed to measure a student's readiness for graduate-level academic work and assess their ability in critical thinking, analytical writing, quantitative reasoning, and verbal reasoning. The GRE is administered by the Educational Testing Service and is typically taken by students who are planning to pursue a master's or doctoral degree in a variety of fields, often including business, education, engineering, and humanities. The GRE is a computer-based test and consists of 3 sections: verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and analytical writing. Preparing for the GRE can be a daunting task, as the test covers a wide range of topics and requires strong critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Many students choose to take GRE prep courses or use GRE study guides and practice tests to help them prepare for the exam. The GRE is an important step in the graduate school admissions process. Many programs use GRE scores as a factor in determining whether or not to admit a student. There are 2 unscored research sections on the GRE that do not contribute to the overall score. There are multiple choice and written responses. The duration is approximately 3 hours and 45 minutes. It's quite a lengthy examination. You can opt in for GRE subject tests in areas like mathematics, physics, and psychology. Assessing social and emotional development in educational settings is also crucial for understanding and supporting the well-being of students. 2 widely used assessments in this domain are the RAND survey and the CASEL framework. The RAND survey, developed by the RAND Corporation, is a comprehensive tool that measures a wide range of social and emotional skills, such as self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. The survey is typically administered to students and teachers in order to gain a holistic picture of a student's social and emotional development. The results of the RAND survey can help educators identify areas where students may need additional support and tailor interventions accordingly. On the other hand, the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, CASEL, framework provides a more structured approach to assessing social and emotional development. The CASEL identifies 5 core competencies that are essential for social and emotional well-being: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. The CASEL framework can be used to track progress over time. Both the RAND survey and the CASEL framework offer valuable insights into students' social and emotional development. They too have their strengths and limitations. Social and emotional domain assessments, such as emotional intelligence, EI, play an important role in educational settings. EI refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the ability to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. EI assessments can help students and teachers better understand strengths and weaknesses in this area. One way that EI assessments can benefit students is by helping them develop self-awareness. By understanding their own emotions, students can better navigate challenging situations and prevent emotional outbursts. This self-awareness can also lead to improved self-regulation, as students learn to manage their emotions in healthy ways. Additionally, EI assessments can help teachers identify students who may be struggling with social and emotional issues. This can lead to helping students get the support and resources they need in order to succeed. These interventions often include counseling, social skills training, or behavioral support. We talk about emotional intelligence, EQ, being integral for social emotional development. Again, this is the conscious awareness of and managing one's emotions and comprehending their impact upon others. Bradbury and others identified two kinds of EQ competencies: personal and social, and the four associated skills: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. It's important to note that emotional intelligence can be developed over time, recognizing that this growth may vary for neurodivergent individuals. School climate assessments are crucial tools that can help educational professionals understand the overall atmosphere and environment of a school. These assessments provide valuable insights into the social, emotional, and behavioral well-being of students, as well as the relationships between the students, teachers, and staffs. Some of the most commonly used school climate assessments include the Comprehensive School Climate Inventory, the My Class Inventory, the Strengths and Difficulties Questionnaire, and the Social, Academic, and Emotional Behavior Risk Screener. School counselors play a crucial role in the work of helping support students in a learning and educational settings. One of the key responsibilities of school counselors is to conduct assessments to identify the needs of students and provide appropriate support. There are several assessment models that school counselors can use to guide their practice, such as the FAPE, Free Appropriate Public Education, the ASCA, the American School Counseling Association model, and the CSCP. The CSCP The comprehensive school counseling program model is based on the belief that all students deserve access to a comprehensive developmental school counseling program that addresses their academic, career, and personal social needs. Additional information about school counselors and the assessment inform collaborative planning, the School Counselors Association student standards that provide guiding processes that oversee appraisal and advisement, and support to psychometric properties on selecting assessments. RAND Educational Assessment Finder is a valuable tool. It can help educators, policymakers, and researchers find information about various education assessments. With a vast database of assessments, the tool is designed to assist users in navigating through the complex landscape of educational assessments. One of the key features of the RAND Education Assessment Finder is its user-friendly interface, which allows users to easily search for assessments based on criteria, such as grade level, subject area, and type of assessment. Additionally, it can help provide detailed information about each assessment, including a description, purpose, target population, and availability. Another advantage is the wide range of assessments across various subjects. The RAND Education Assessment Finder is continuously updated. The Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, CASEL, is that organization that works to promote the integration of social and emotional learning into educational curricula. This approach emphasizes the interconnectedness of academic achievement, social skills, and emotional intelligence, recognizing that they all play a crucial role in a student's overall success and well-being. The CASEL was established in 1994, is a multidisciplinary network, again provides a database of tools, has the focus of 5 competency areas, and has an extreme rigorous review. The National Center on Safe Supportive Learning Environments, NCSSLE, is a valuable resource and initiative dedicated to creating and maintaining safe, healthy, and supportive learning environments for students across the United States. One of the key goals of NCSSLE is to prevent and address issues such as bullying, violence, substance abuse, and mental health concerns that can negatively impact students' ability to learn and thrive in a school setting. NCSSLE offers a wide range of resources for educators, administrators, students, parents, and community members. There are resources that include toolkits, research-based strategies, webinars, and training materials. They also conduct research and evaluation to better understand the factors that contribute to a positive school climate and student well-being. They seek to identify best practice and effective interventions that can be implemented in schools to create safe and supportive learning environments. Student voice in assessment is an important aspect of education in that it empowers students to have a say in how they are evaluated and how their learning is measured. By incorporating student feedback, opinions, and preferences into the assessment process, educators can gain valuable insight into a student's learning experience and promote a more student-centered approach to assessment. One way to incorporate student voice is through the use of student-led conferences. In addition, student voice can be integrated into assessment through the use of self-assessment and peer assessment. Advocacy for student voice, needs, and agency is becoming an emerging role for school counselors. One way that student voice can be integrated into assessment is through the use of surveys and feedback. Feedback forms allow students to provide feedback on the assessment methods used in classes and in the classroom, the clarity of assessment criteria, the overall fairness of the assessment process. By actively seeking out student feedback, educators can gain a better understanding of the effectiveness of the assessment practices and make adjustments to better meet the needs of their students. Digital tools are being used and recommended for these types of needs assessments, noting that intelligence and cognitive ability is only one aspect of the broader assessment puzzle. There are other factors that play a significant role in a student's success, like maturity, motivation, and mental health. It's also important to understand students' interests and to build relationships that help provide suitable educational placement and support. A holistic approach to understanding students is crucial for their success in educational settings.